Real true, ayy, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Yo, what's up everyone, this is VCV Sips and this is a brand new video. What's wrong with the Game Awards 2020 nominations? Do you guys want to know what I think is wrong? What's wrong with the Game Awards for the 2020 nominations? Oh my god. Just watch the video. Just watch the video. Make sure you smash the like button if you enjoy it too.
On December 10th, the world will come together to celebrate video games at the Game Awards, streaming live everywhere. Right now, let's get to the nominees. And remember, you can help select the winners by voting at thegameawards.com. For Best Performance, the nominees are Ashley Johnson as Ellie, The Last of Us Part 2. Laura Bailey as Abby, The Last of Us Part 2. Daisuke Shuji as Jin Sakai, Ghost of Tsushima. Laura Bailey as Abby, The Last of Us Part 2. And Nadji Jeter as Miles Morales in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Next up, the category of Best Multiplayer Game. Those nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and The Last of Us Part 2. For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and The Last of Us Part 2. In the category of Best Art Direction, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. For Best Score and Music, those nominees are Doom Eternal, composed by Mick Gordon. Final Fantasy VII Remake, composed by Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, and Mitsuto Suzuki. Hades, composed by Darren Korb. Ori and the Will of Wisps, composed by Gareth Coker. And The Last of Us Part 2, composed by Gustavo Santaolalla. Additional music by Matt Quayle.
What did you do? You what?
The Best Audio Design nominees are Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, hell!
Next up is our new category for 2020, Innovation and Accessibility. Those nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
The Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. In the category of Best Narrative, the nominees are 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, written by George Kamitani. Final Fantasy VII Remake, written by Kazushige Nojima, Matomu Toriyama, Hiroki Awaki, and Sashi Hirano. Ghost of Tsushima, writers Ian Ryan, Liz Abel, Patrick Downs, and Jordan Lemos. Hades, writer Greg Kasavin. And The Last of Us Part 2, writers Neil Druckmann and Haley Gross.
No, God!
Games for Impact recognize a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. The nominees are If Found, The Last of Us Part 2, Spiritfarer, The Last of Us Part 2, and Through the Darkest of Times. Independent games are such a vibrant part of the industry, and the nominees this year for Best Independent Game are The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2, Hades, Spelunky 2, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
For Best Mobile Game, presented by LG Wing and Qualcomm Snapdragon, the nominees are Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, The Last of Us Part 2, and Pokemon Cafe Mix.
What the fuck is going on?
For the second year, we are presenting an award for Best Community Support. The nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and The Last of Us Part 2. Best Debut Indie Game recognizes a studio that published its first game this year. Those nominees are The Last of Us Part 2, 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 and The Last of Us Part 2. The Best VR AR game nominees are Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Am I a joke to you?
For Content Creator of the Year, presented by Adobe, the nominees are Alana Pierce, J. Ann Lopez, Nick Marks, Tim the Tatman, and Valkyrie. In the genre of Best Action Adventure Game, the nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Best Role-Playing Game. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, The Last of Us Part 2, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Your nominees for Best Fighting Game are Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Under Night in Birth EXE Late Clear. In the category of Best Family Game that we can all play together, the nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons, The Last of Us Part 2, Fall Guys, The Last of Us Part 2, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario, The Origami King.
Where is Paper Mario, bro? Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
And now it's time for our final two categories. For Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, The Last of Us Part 2, and The Last of Us Part 2. And finally, on behalf of the jury, comprised of more than 95 global media and influencer outlets, I am proud to announce the 6 nominees selected for truly outstanding creative and technical excellence. These are your nominees for Game of the Year. Animal Crossing New Horizons from Nintendo, Doom Eternal from id Software, Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my God! Oh jeez! Oh my God! Oh, somebody help!
Sips on the beat. Black casket, pockets on me, what you asking? Black casket, is it way too much to be asking? Black casket, pockets on me, what you asking? Black casket, crying for me, watch you basket over my casket. Black